Welcome to our lecture online. We are now ready to find the shortest distance between the two lines given in three-dimensional space. Notice that we have both the general equations and the parametric equations of these two. So, what are the steps? First of all, we need to find a vector perpendicular to these two lines, which means that we should find the two parallel vectors, v1 and v2, and then cross the two vectors. All right, let's do that. So v1. That's the vector parallel to line 1 is going to be equal to, and notice that the denominators are the lengths of the components of the parallel vector. So we can say that this is equal to 2 in the I direction, minus 4 in the j direction, and plus 1 in the k direction. We do the same for the second vector which is parallel to the second line, and so we get 4 in the I direction, minus 5 in the j direction, and plus 1 in the k direction. So now we're going to find the vector perpendicular to both of those. We're going to call that the A vector, and we do that by taking the vector product. So A is going to be equal to vector 1 cross vector 2, which is equal to, and we can do it in a matrix format, I, j, k. Here we put all the components of the first vector, 2, negative 4, and 1. Here we put all the components of the second vector, 4, negative 5, and 1. And now we go ahead and find out what that's equal to. So this is equal to I times negative 4 times 1, that's a negative 4, minus 1 times a negative 5, that's a plus 5, minus j times 2 times 1, which is 2, minus 4 times 1, which is 4, plus k times 2 times negative 5 is minus 10, minus a minus 16. Okay, let's see here. That's a plus 16, so with minus 10 plus 16. Again, that's a negative 10, minus times a minus 16, that's a plus 16. Simplifying that, we get this is equal to 1i. That would be minus 2 times a minus 2, that would be plus 2j. And here we get plus 6k. And notice that is the A vector. Let's find the magnitude of the vector. The magnitude of the vector is equal to the square root of the sum of the squares of the components. That would be 1 squared plus 2 squared plus 6 squared. That's 36 plus 4, that's 41, which is equal to the square root of 41. And so that is the magnitude of A, which we're going to need later. Now we also need a B vector. The B vector is simply going to be a vector from one point on the line to another point on the line. So, do we have a couple of points? Well, for point 1, that is equal to the components 1, 3, and 2. For point 2, those are the components 9, negative 8, and 0. And so what we can do here is subtract the components of point 1 from the components of point 2. So that's going to be 9 minus 1, 9 minus 1 in the I direction, minus 8 minus 3 in the j direction, and plus, oh, I should put a plus here somewhere. Where am I here? Here, I need a plus there, because we need the I component plus the j component, plus the k component, which will be 0 minus 2 times the k component. So the difference of the x values, the difference of the y values, and the difference of the z values of the 2 points on the line that were given. So the B vector is therefore equal to 8 in the I direction, minus 11 in the j direction, and minus 2 in the k direction. So now we also have the B vector. Now remember, to find the distance is simply going to be equal to the dot product of B times A divided by the magnitude of A. And so this is going to be equal to, let's see here, the dot product. So we're going to multiply the x components together, the y components together, and the z components together. So in this case, that's going to be, let's see here, 8 times 1 plus negative 11 times 2 plus negative 2 times 6. So that's the dot product of B times A, and all divided by the magnitude of A, which is the square root of 41. So the distance is equal to, that would be 8. And of course, we should put the absolute value sign because sometimes we get the perpendicular vector in the opposite direction, so we get an angle greater than 90 degrees, which gives a negative result. So we just want the positive value, so we'll take the positive value of that. So it'll be 8 minus 22 and minus 12, all divided by the square root of 41. And notice I put absolute value signs around it, so that would be minus 34 plus 8, that's minus 26. And we take the absolute value sign divided by the square root of 41, and let's see what we get. So we take 26 divided by 41, take the square root equals, and we take 4.06. So that's equal to 4.06, and that is the minimum distance between the two lines. So again, let's review what we just did. We were given two lines, line 1, line 2. We have the general equation and the parametric equations. Turns out we didn't need the parametric equations. We do need to come up with the two vectors that are parallel to the two lines, and we do that by taking the denominators of the ratios in our general equation. So when we take the denominators, we get the parallel vector of the first line and the parallel vector of the second line. To find a vector that's perpendicular to both lines, we take the cross product. When we take the cross product, we get the vector perpendicular to both lines, and we can also find the magnitude of that vector. Then to find the b vector, the next vector, we take 2 points on the line, which can be found by taking these coordinates. So we take 1, 3, and 2, 9, negative 8, and 0. And then we connect those 2 points with a vector, and we do that by taking the difference between the coordinates of the 2 points. So we get our b vector, and then we take the dot product, where I read the dot product, take the absolute value of that, because we only want the absolute value of the dot product, divided by the magnitude of A, to get the shortest distance between the two lines. And that is how it's done.